We begin today's broadcast by acknowledging the Gadigal of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of the lands and waters where we gather today. We pay our respects for their elders past, present and emerging. We extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today. So welcome to Sydney for Day 3 of the Australian Rowing Championships, supported proudly by the New South Wales Government's Tourism and Major Events Agency, Destination New South Wales. After 5 years away from this spectacular venue, we're delighted to welcome so many of the rowing community to Sydney for this week's Rowing Australia Championships. I'm joined in the commentary box this morning by Lizzie Chapman. Good morning, Lizzie.
Good morning, Razor.
And some terrific racing today. I see you've been going through that. What are you looking forward to especially?
Well, we have semi-finals kicking off the racing today. Semi-finals in under 17, under 19, under 21 single sculls, lightweight and heavyweight in the older age groups. There's some coxless pairs thrown in there as well, and I think we've seen some incredibly tough racing out there in the heats and repêchages, so today is going to be cracking racing.
Well, semi-finals is always the hardest day.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So some dreams will be dashed today, sadly. Yep. Then we're moving on to some repêchages, and in the afternoon going back to heats. So we're kicking off rounds of yet more events today. And
today's the shortest day of the regatta?
Yes, we finish at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Time for us coaches to get out there and rig some more boats and weigh them and get ready for the next batch of racing, because we're moving into bigger boats later in the week.
I could go home and wash my hair or something.
You can wash your hair and then perhaps we can all have a nice early dinner and get to bed and get some sleep.
All right, we'll be on the air at 8 a.m. with the first race of the day, the semi-final of the under-17 women's single scull. We look forward to bringing you all the racing here from the Sydney International Regatta Centre.
See you then. Rowing Australia would like to thank all partners, supporters and suppliers of the 2024 Australian Rowing Championships. Destination New South Wales, Hancock Prospecting, the Australian Sports Commission and the Australian Institute of Sport, Penrith City Council, 776 BC, Bont Rowing, the Colgan Foundation, Inglewood Coffee Roasters, Bolle, Bannister Downs Dairy, Tempur, Ticketmaster, The Regatta Shop, Sixt Australia, Sykes Rowing, Concept 2, Croker Oars, and with support from Rowing New South Wales, Rowing ACT, Rowing Queensland, Rowing South Australia, Rowing Tasmania, Rowing Victoria, and Rowing WA.
Sydney. Upbeat. Downbeat. Feel its heartbeat. Open spaces. Open arms. Open all night. Come feel it all. And feel new.
In every corner of this great country, Australians are chasing their dreams to be the best at what they do. In Australia and on the world stage. Through persistence and commitment, teamwork and resilience. With pride in what they do. Even in the toughest of times during the pandemic, pathways were found. With a shared vision to represent Australia, to be the best they can be, and to contribute to our nation.
Our patron, Gina Reinhardt, helps to give me the leadership and inspiration To want to be the best.
To climb the biggest mountains of our lives.
Setting myself up now and into the future.
Like these great Australians, we too continually strive to be the best at everything we do.
We have varied and exciting career opportunities across our mining and agricultural businesses. To join Australia's most successful private company group, head to futureaustralianjobs.com for more information. Roy Hill and Atlas, investing in Australia's future.
So, as is our custom, we're having an interview this morning. I'm joined by Rowing Australia's Performance Director, Paul Thompson. Welcome, Tomo.
Thank you, Ray. Welcome. Good morning.
Great to see you.
You too.
So, Performance Director, that covers a very broad range, that title.
It certainly does. And we've got a broad range of a team and a performance focus. You know, we've got the Olympic team at one level, World Championships every year. The under-19s, under-23s, under-21s, and with the para squad as well. And now we're being joined by beach sprints. Yeah,
so once upon a time it was called the High Performance Director, but your remit is much wider than that, isn't it? From these new emerging disciplines like the beach sprints. Yeah, well, I guess I get called lots of things, Ray, so it can vary. But to your face or behind your back? A bit of both. Yeah. So you began rowing yourself in a talent identification program, you and Jim Battersby, is that right? James Galloway. James Galloway. I knew he was a bloke with a fancy name. Yeah. And Talent ID, as it was done then by Peter Shakespeare, really has gone out of fashion a bit, isn't it? You know, we've got so many young people rowing. The identification of the best ones is a bit easier than it was back in your day? Well, yes and no. And Peter Shakespeare is actually a science teacher of mine. And we grew up with the squad with Ellen Randall, Andy Randall. And it just goes to show, I think Pete is a real great example of how a coach can influence a lot of people. And, you know, there's a lot of people in the sport that'll be in the stands and out in the boat park today that have got a lot to thank him for, and I think that's really good. He brought Talent ID into Australia, into Canada, and into the United Kingdom. So very, very influential in that. And look, I think the principles of Talent ID is really important. We certainly, with Jason Lane, our head of pathways, is certainly encouraging the state institutes to reignite some of those principles, especially in some of the smaller states. It's great. You can see in these under-17s, under-19s racing, the volume of athletes. It's great. Stuff has been fantastic. Yeah. So, well, that's fantastic. And you talk about Shakes. The number of coaches who've been spawned from that squad reminds me a bit of rugby league and AFL, some of those premiership teams that have spawned coaches from them. So it's a similar thing that Peter established all those years ago. So thanks to Peter for that. Now, the Olympic team is going to race at World Cup 2 and 3. Correct. So before that, we've got the final qualification regatta. The Regatta of Death? The Regatta of Death. We've got the men's double going there, and potentially a lightweight women's double, seeing how they go at this regatta, as they were ill during trials. And then, straight into 2 World Cups, and then it's the Olympics. So there's 129 days to go, Ray, and 162 to the Paralympics, and, the countdown's well and truly on its way. And, of course, Lucerne for the Regatta of Death. Yes, that's correct. And then 2 days later, the World Cup. Yes. Yeah. Okay. And that's fairly normal for the system, isn't it? And the under-19s and under-23s, Jason seems to be doing a great job there, he and John Bowes. Well, it's not just Jason and Bowesy who do a great job. There's a team there, and all the coaches out in Rowing Australia land, in all the states that get up every morning and pointing megaphones at kids. We're really blessed to have some fabulous coaches and passionate coaches that really drive that forward. The under-19s and under-23s are at the Mega Worlds in Canada this year at St Catharines, which is another great and iconic venue in our sport. And we're also, in the under-23 group, connect with Australians that are in the US colleges. Yeah, I know John and Annabelle Eaton go over and run that selection trial with Jason.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and then looking forward to LA in 2028. You've also got a, let's call it a development team, an Australia A team that's going to World Cup 1 in Barossi.
Yeah, we've and you saw the impact that Mrs. Reinhardt has in the video before we came on, and she's been really transformational for what we've been able to do. And so we've got a bridge now between the Paris Olympiad and the LA Olympiad, which is being able to take a group of LA-focused athletes to the first World Cup, let them do some of their club stuff, potentially go to Henley, then come back for some camps to see if we can really push them on for the LA cycle, which is going to be fascinating in itself, with every regatta being 2,000 metres except for the Olympics, which is 1,500.
It's actually bizarre in my view.
Yeah.
Actually bizarre. Now, I understand the development team, let's call it, Tim McLaren's going with them.
Yeah, Tim's going to lead our Australia A team. I was just talking to him then. He's on the river with the women's fours at the moment as we speak, and it's great to get Tim back involved. And
it's credit to you, because Tim's been a little bit apart from the team in recent times, and he's coached, you know, in China, he's coached in America, he's coached everywhere, and he's so highly regarded. So I think it's a fantastic initiative to have Tim McLaren heading up that team. It really is.
Yeah, he's a fabulous coach and a great man. It's fabulous to have him on board.
Yep. So we look forward to some great racing today, Tomo, and to the future. The last Olympics, there was a heap of us got together in a pub in Brisbane and watched the rowing. And I imagine we'll probably do the same again this year. We wish you and all the teams all the very best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Rowing Australia is delighted to have Inglewood Coffee Roasters as an official partner and the official coffee provider of the Australian rowing team.
To celebrate the partnership between Inglewood Coffee Roasters and Rowing Australia, Inglewood is giving away a year's supply of coffee to 5 lucky rowing fans. To enter the competition, all you need to do is head to the Australian Rowing Championships between the 18th and 24th of March and scan one of the competition QR codes at the venue.
We love that Inglewood is Australian owned and specialises in sourcing and roasting the highest quality beans for a great cup of coffee. Purchase your event tickets and join us for a week of exhilarating competition. It's also your last chance to watch our Australian rowing team compete on home soil before they head off to Europe for the 2024 Paris Games. The winner will be selected randomly and announced after the Australian Rowing Championships. Good luck.
Bolle is an official partner of Rowing Australia and the sports eyewear provider of the Pathways team, and they are here on site at the Sydney International Regatta Centre. So go and say hi to the team at the Bolle stand and check out some of the amazing high-definition sports lenses that are available. See for yourself some of the most advanced sport lenses on the market, including the amazing Volt Plus and Phantom lenses. Bolle are proud to partner with Rowing Australia and help you perform at your best. Hancock Prospecting are the proud principal partners of Rowing Australia and the Australian rowing team, and they wish all competitors and athletes a successful regatta. In the event of an emergency or evacuation, please follow the direction of the event and venue staff here at the Sydney International Regatta Centre. All cyclists must wear a helmet throughout the venue. Dogs must be kept on a leash and kept under control at all times. Please avoid leaving bags or personal belongings unattended, and let's keep the Sydney International Regatta Centre clean, making sure that we put our rubbish in the bins provided. Make sure also to stay sun smart and slip, slop, slap and sip. Slip. Slap on a hat and sip on some water to keep you hydrated. For the latest results and the daily draws of the regatta, visit our website arc.rowingaustralia.com.au.
So So, Lizzie, as you said in the preamble before, looking forward to some fantastic racing beginning at 8 a.m. with the semi-final one of the Under-17 Women's Single Scull. And the first 4 will progress to the A final and the other 4 scullers will progress to the B final.
Yes, indeed, and it's going to be some really tight racing here. We've got a great lineup of girls in this first semi-final of the Under-17 Women's Single Scull with Sabrina Kozkar from Leichhardt Rowing Club in lane 1. She's coached by Isaac Shepherd and Jua Kalantar. Patricia Boland from Loretto Normanhurst in lane 2. She's coached by Thomas Parker and Lily Gavin. Isabella Henderson from the Armadale School is in lane 3, coached by Marty Inglis. In lane 4, Holly Fleming. She represents Commercial Rowing Club, where she's coached by Ross Batho and David Van Das. In lane 5, Elise Coates from Mossman Rowing Club, coached by Ben Whitewolf, Tom Schramko and Kieran Kabelke. In lane 6, Greta Knott from Centenary, coached by Michael Opstelton. In lane 7, all the way from Tasmania, Sarah Thomas, who represents St Mary's College, and there she is coached by Susan Weeding. And in lane 8 from Ascombe School, Isabel Bugg. She's coached by Chris McCarthy.
And you.
And me, and Gemma Coué. Yes. So we have some good representation, very strong under-17 scullers from particularly New South Wales in this semi-final.
And the first false start of the regatta.
Oh, my goodness. Well, there we go. There's a great experience for them at a national championships to experience a false start. And somebody was saying to me the other day, I'm obviously a school coach, and one of the things that I coach at the beginning of any school child's rowing career is how to back the boat down, how to manoeuvre yourself out of trouble. And a parent was watching athletes back down onto the start and said to me, now I understand why backing down is so important, so that you can stay calm here at a fixed start where you have the finger coming out from the pontoons, and back yourself down calmly and be as straight as possible.
Yep.
So
we've
lovely
got
skills from all those girls.
We've got a minute or so before they get going again. So I've got another fun fact about Sydney, given our sponsorship from Destination New South Wales. Sydney is the gateway to Australia and its only truly global multicultural city.
Is that right?
Find a mix of history, art and the outdoors in the action-packed Western Sydney suburb of Penrith. Well,
yes,
we know that.
We certainly do, and we mentioned earlier that one of our event partners is the Penrith City Council, and they've certainly done a good job over there. What is it now? 13 years of being here at
and
this
of course
Regatta
the Interstate Lightweight 4 Championship for men on Sunday is for the Penrith Cup.
The Penrith Cup, yes.
Which was donated, I believe, by the Penrith City Council some years ago now, many years ago. So they line up once more for the semi-final one, repeating the first 4 go to final A, the remaining 4 will go to final B.
So the camera is looking at the starters now from lane 1, so you can see Sabrina Kozkar to the left of your screen. She's representing Leichhardt Rowing Club here. She also rows at Ascombe, and she started her junior rowing career at Glebe Rowing Club as well as Ascombe School. Next to her, Loretto Normanhurst's Patty Boland. She also rows at Glebe Rowing Club. We've got Isabella Henderson from the Armadale School in lane 3. You can see her high-vis bucket hat there, a distinctive feature of our Armadale School rowers, and it's been wonderful to see them come down to the Sydney International Regatta Centre for various regattas throughout the season. Okay, we've switched to a different view now, so now you can see Commercial in Queensland's sculler Holly Fleming there in lane 4, and next to her the red and white stripes, the prawn suit of Mossman Rowing Club on the northern beaches.
The prawn suit, I've never heard that before.
Haven't you? That's an old one. Greta Knott from Centenary, she's been very impressive, both in Queensland regattas and down here. She's in the yellow boat there in lane 6. Then in lane 7, we've got Sarah Thomas from St Mary's College. She raced so well yesterday, and she's through to the semi-final. Yes, she's got an outside lane, but I think she'll be one to watch as well. And Isabel Bugg from Ascombe School, her first season of racing 2,000 metres, and I think she came of age yesterday with a really fantastic race.
And St Mary's
and she
College,
too rows at Glebe, sorry.
Yeah, St Mary's College is in Hobart. We've been
right, thank you.
reliably informed. So thank you to all those Tasmanians who sent that information through.
Great to have all the Tasmanians joining us here, and we are so looking forward to seeing you next year when we bring this Australian Rowing Championships back to Lake Barrington.
Yep, absolutely. One of my favourite rowing venues in the world, not just in Australia. Of course, hosted the 1990 World Championships. Very successfully it was too. The last regatta where East and West Germany rowed as two different entities.
Is that right?
And I think it was the Coxed Four.
That's right, with
Yes.
Matthias Ungemach from UTS in it.
The two crews split up and two from each. Germany got in and the two mixed fours, let's say, rowed away from the pontoon.
There
Both
we
haven't
go.
got medals. It was
Historic.
yeah, absolutely. It was a very poignant moment. But we're underway here in the under-17 women's single scull. The highest ranked qualifiers, the Armidale Schools' Isabella Henderson, Commercials' Holly Fleming, Mossman's Elise Coates and Centenary's Greta Knott. Fleming and Coates were heat winners. Isabella Henderson and Greta Knott were, I believe, repechage winners, and one would expect that's where the pace would be set, and we can see the scullers in the next semi-final coming into the start zone as we speak. And now the umpire's launch has got in behind the Mossman sculler there, Elise Coates, coached by Ben Whitewolf, Tom Schramko and Kieran Kabelke, and they are continuing to row. It's just the camera that was frozen for a second there, but she's got off very nicely indeed, the sculler from Mossman, Elise Coates.
She was the bronze medalist in this under-17 event at the New South Wales State Championships, and Patty Boland, who's in lane 2, was the gold medalist. So they did put some pretty fast times as well, 8:07, 8:15. So Elise Coates, she's had a great regatta. She's had a really good season as well. Very solid performer. So it'll be interesting to see how she goes. We've had a fantastic start from Sabrina Koskar in lane 1 over there.
Yeah, I was just thinking exactly the same thing. She's got out very, very nicely indeed, and is right up there in contention after the first 250 metres or so. The umpires launch there in behind lane 2, Loretta Normanhurst, Patricia Boland, and the umpires are out there primarily for the safety of the competitors, ladies and gentlemen. That is their key role, and that includes if the boats get close together, they will wave their flags and try and separate the scullers so that there are no accidents. The sculler from Commercial there, just a little off the pace, the heat winner, Holly Fleming. And she's got a bit of work to do as they left 500 behind. Elise Coates was leading in 159.17, then followed Greta Knott, Patty Boland, Isabella Henderson, Sabrina Koksar, Holly Fleming, Sarah Thomas and Isabel Bugg. But only about 6 seconds between first and eighth.
That's right, very close indeed. Really fantastic racing. It's tough as well, right, because they've been racing this early every single day.
Absolutely. They're here at 6:30, these
That's
girls,
right.
aren't they?
Yeah, so they'll be leaving, if they're not staying out here, they'll be getting up at, 4 or 5 o'clock, leaving the house at 5 in order to be here at 6.
Yeah.
So it's a long week.
It is a long week and plenty of racing, and Elise Coates seems to be thriving on it from what we can see. She's doing very nicely indeed. In second place was Greta Knott, and on the improve now is the Commercial sculler Holly Fleming. She's drawn up level there with the Armidale School sculler Isabella Henderson, and it's wonderful to see Martin Inglis coaching at the Armidale School, Lizzie.
It is. He's doing a great job there with the coaching team under... I'm sorry, Ben, I can't remember your surname right now, but a great head coach out there as well.
And Martin, of course, moved to Sydney. Who did he row for in Sydney? I can't recall now.
I'm hazarding a guess it was Sydney Rowing Club, but I shall get into trouble with that. Oh, we need to ask Hammer. That's one of his best friends.
Okay. So the sculler from Loretto Normanhurst, Patty Boland, is pushed right through there, and she's very much in the mix for a place into the final, along with the Mossman sculler. Looking at my screen, I think those two and Greta Knott of Centenary Rowing Club in Brisbane the three leading boats. And the Mossman Sculler nice and long there in the water. Greta Knott starting to gather her in, though, as they go through the 1,000-metre mark. It's 1.4 seconds, about half a length the lead Elise Coates has over Greta Knott. Then back to Patricia Boland, and Isabella Henderson is in fourth place, but she's 4.06 seconds. Fourth still pretty well. Honing in on Holly Fleming of Commercial, and she's trying to get into that battle for that fourth spot, which will see you in the A final. Five. Coached by Ross Batho and David Vandas. And she's rating 33 strokes to the minute.
So I know we've spoken about this before, but she was the winner of the semi-final of the Queensland State Championships in this under-17 event. And then, of course, that was when it was when Holly Fleming was the winner of the other one. So we've got them both in the same race.
It was too hot and had to be called. The final was called off. And Patricia Boland, coached by Thomas Parker and Lily Gavin of Loretto Normanhurst, sculling well over in Station 2. But still the Mossman Sculler, Elise Coates, is our leader in near perfect conditions there. And the sun is hidden behind the clouds and makes it much easier for us up here at 8 o'clock in the morning.
It certainly does. We did talk about this yesterday as well, but just sort of we're looking through who we've got in this race, including Sarah Thomas from St Mary's College, who was the silver medalist at the Tasmanian State Championships in the under-17 single, and we've already mentioned Elise and Patty were medalists at New South Wales. So these girls have been practicing their 2,000-metre racing all season. Most of the people in these races that are coming through into the finals are people who have really worked hard to learn how to race and how to win over the course of the season. So not a huge number of surprises here, but it becomes, you take another step up again, don't you, when you all come together at a national championships.
Absolutely, and Elise Coates of Mossman is certainly taking a step up. She's opened that gap up over the rest of the field. It was only half a length at the halfway mark, but she's got some clear water between herself and Greta Knott currently. And then across in third place is Patricia Boland, but Boland being pressured by Holly Fleming of Commercial, and she would be in fourth place, I'd suspect. The only one really out of contention is the Leichhardt Sculler, Sabrina Coxar, over in Station 1, because the others are very much in a fight here for that third and fourth positions. I think I can put a 1 beside Elise Coates and probably a 2 beside Greta Knott, but Patty Boland of Loretto Normanhurst, Holly Fleming of Commercial, Isabella Henderson in the middle there, and on this side of the course, Sarah Thomas of St Mary's and Isabel Bugg of Askham are not going to give up the fight with only 250 metres left to go. So the Mossman Sculler sculling beautifully, nice and long, tall in the seat, long at the catch, long at the finish. Go on and win this first semi-final of the regatta. Patricia Boland on the far side may well get up and finish second in front of Greta Knott, and I think Holly Fleming of Commercial looks to me like she'll get up and finish in fourth place and get through to tomorrow's final. But a very polished performance from Elise Coates of Mossman Rowing Club, coached, as we said, by Ben Whitewolf, Tom Schramko and Kieran Kabelke, and she's the first athlete to make a final. In second place, Loretto Normanhurst, Patty Boland. Third is Centenary Rowing Club, Greta Knott. Fourth, Holly Fleming of Commercial. Fifth will be the Armidale School. Sixth will be St Mary's College. Seventh will be Askham. And eighth will be Leichhardt. Winning time 8 minutes 19.82, and the margin 4.73 by 2.46. And the next one's halfway down the course, Lizzie.
It is. So just confirming then, through to the final of the under-17 women's single scull. First placed Elise Coates from Mossman. Second placed Patty Boland from Loretto Normanhurst. And third place Greta Knott from Centenary. And in the second semi-final of the under-17 women's single scull, we have Kate McNeil from Mercantile in lane 1, coached by Andrew McNeil. Lucy Reedy from Kinross Walleroy School in lane 2. In lane 3, Talia Turnbull from Canberra Rowing Club. In lane 4, Sienna Becker from Commercial Rowing Club, again coached by Ross Batho and David Van Das. In lane 5, Summer Phillips from Commercial. In lane 6, Chloe Hitchens from Glebe Rowing Club, coached by Milan Parker and Natalia Du. In lane 7, Georgie Twelftree from Unley High. And in lane 8, Keely Adebar from St Patrick's Townsville, coached by Harrison Parks.
And we have no coach listed for Lucy Reedy, but we think Mark Kwiatkowski might be coaching Talia Turnbull. Lucy Reedy is our leader at the halfway mark over Sienna Becker and Summer Phillips, just 0.64. Phillips and Talia Turnbull a further 0.51 back. Georgie Twelftree of Unley High is in 5th place at the moment. But as I've said on a number of occasions, the first 4 will go through to the A final. The remaining 4 will be eliminated. And the blue boat of Kinross Walleroy over in Station 2 is the leading boat at this juncture, but there's plenty of push coming through from the 2 commercial scullers in lanes 4 and 5, Sienna Becker and Summer Phillips. Across here in lane 7, Georgie Twelftree of Unley High, and as they go through, it's still lane 2 in the lead. Kinross Walleroy, Lucy Reedy, but right on her hammer is Commercial Sienna Becker, and then back to Talia Turnbull and Summer Phillips. So the race unfolding in front of us here, lane 6 to Glebe, Chloe Hitchens just off the pace a little there. But pushing right through is Sienna Becker, coached by Ross Batho and David Van Das in the middle of the course. And anybody's guess for second. Currently, Summer Phillips, Talia Turnbull, Lucy Reedy. Then on this side, Georgie Twelftree and Keely Adebar, all very much in the mix. The closest race of the regatta so far. The only sculler off the pace is Kate McNeil of Mercantile over in Station 8. So our early leader has been swallowed up here, Lucy Reedy. Certainly looks like lane 4 Commercial has taken the lead. Sienna Becker. And now Summer Phillips, but she's under extreme pressure from all sides at the moment. Sienna Becker going right on with the job. She's level pegging with Lucy Reedy. And the encouragement from the crowd coming out now. And in the middle there, the Canberra sculler Talia Turnbull. Looks like she's in a good spot to get through. And then across to Georgie Twelftree of Unley High. She'd be in 4th place at the moment. Keely Adebar and Summer Phillips would be next. And then follows the Kate McNeil and Chloe Hitchens. Chloe Hitchens of Glebe and Kate McNeil of Mercantile. But the Kinross Walleroy sculler has answered the challenge from the commercial sculler. Lucy Reedy has maintained that lead, or maybe retained that lead, and she's going to go on and win it from Station 2, so well done to her. Kinross Walleroy first. Sienna Becker will be second. Third will be Talia Turnbull. 4th then will be lane 7, Unley High. 5th will be Commercial Summer Phillips. 6th will be Glebe. I missed one, Lizzie.
I think 6th is actually Summer Phillips from Commercial. 7th is Glebe's Chloe Hitchens, and 8th Mercantile's Kate McNeil.
Oh, I missed Keely Adebar in 5th.
Right.
That's where I got
Sorry,
it
yes,
wrong.
5th. So let's just quickly reconfirm then. First across the line, Lucy Reedy from Kinross Walleroy. 2nd, Sienna Becker from Commercial, and 3rd, Talia Turnbull from Canberra. They will progress through to the A final. And 4th place, Georgie Twelftree from Unley High, our South Australian under-17 champion. And then moving to the B final, 5th placed Keely Adebar from St Patrick's Townsville, Summer Phillips from Commercial, Chloe Hitchens from Glebe, and 8th, Kate McNeil from Mercantile. The winning time was, we'll have to bring that back to you because we have the first semi-final of the under-17 men's single scull in progress. Floris Elias from Mossman Rowing Club in lane 1, Beau Furlong from Buckingham in lane 2, Lockie Tyndall from the King's School Parramatta in lane 3, Georgie Field from St Ignatius College Riverview in lane 4, Llewellyn Gray from St Virgins College Tasmania in lane 5, Oliver Kent from Brisbane Grammar School in lane 6, Harrison Howard from the Southport School in lane 7, and Xander Bailey from Corio Bay Rowing Club in lane 8.
And George Field is our leader over Lockie Tyndall and Xander Bailey. Xander Bailey, a twin, we were told yesterday, identical twin. Llewellyn Gray in 4th place. Then follows Floris Elias. Oliver Kent is in 6th. Beau Furlong 7th. And Harrison Howard is at the tail of the field. But it is George Field who leads the St Ignatius Riverview Sculler. He's coached by Matt Curtin and Dan Noonan. And he's got almost a 3-second lead as he went through the 1,000 metre mark. The under-17 men's single is raced for the Piper Cup, and it's a nice lead that he's got as he comes to the 1,500 metre mark. George Field in station 3. Lockie Tyndall of the King's School would be in 2nd place at the moment, and then across to station 5, St Virgil's, Llewellyn Gray. So the pace being set as per the preliminary round. Trying to upset that. He is over here in station 8 and making a very determined bid to try and get Field. Tyndall of the King's School. Back behind him are Beau Furlong and Floris Elias over on the far side of the course. On this side, Gray is coached by Oliver Wilson Haffenden, and then across to Xander Bailey of Corio Bay. Harrison in the A final currently. It looks like it's an all-the-way win coming up here to George Field. What's he done during the year in sculling, Lizzie? Do you recall?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Is this George Field? Oh, I think I've seen his name in double sculls, but not in single sculls.